Welcome to our final at-home workout for our Winter Warmer Challenge, week 8. Bit of a delay on this one, but here we are. We're gonna do a cardio set to start us off with, and then a second set, a working set. Still gonna keep your heart rate up. I wanted to give you a challenge for this last week. Exercise number 1. We're going to do a star jump into a cross-body tap. So I'm going opposite hand to foot. If you can, you're going to try and jump while you do it. If you want the lighter, easier option, you can just go star, tap, star, tap. We're gonna work those hip flexors, lifting the knees up nice and high. We're gonna do 20 reps, 10 on each side, as fast as you can. Next up, we've got arm circles. Nice, easy one. After those cross-body taps, make those circles as big as you possibly can. We're gonna do 4 or 5 backwards and then 4 or 5 forwards, just to warm up the shoulders. Next, we're going to go back to a very similar star and tap, but this time the foot is coming behind you. So again, you've got that option not to jump and just go star and then tap. Again, this time working the internal rotation of the hips, or if you want, jumping it from side to side, again, getting that heart rate up. 20 reps again. Next up, you're gonna hate me, we're going to do 8 thrusters. A thruster is really similar to a burpee, but there's no jump when you stand up. If you need an easier option, you can step your feet back one at a time and step them in one at a time. Again, getting through that as fast as you can, 8 reps. Next up, we've got sit-ups. So getting down onto the ground. We've got a few options here. Hardest option, hands behind the head. Medium option, arms across the chest. Easiest option, arms out in front and swinging a little bit. You can also change your legs. Straight legs is the easiest. Bent legs with your feet really close to your body is the hardest. I'm gonna go for somewhere in the middle. Easiest option. So you can play around with that. Straight arms, arms across, arms behind, legs straight, legs bent. Workout works for you, and do 10 reps. And that's the end of our warm-up set, but I want you to repeat that 2 or 3 times, really getting the heart rate up, working through that as many times as you can. So onto our working set, we're going to do a kneel to stand. Some of you are going to hate this. Make sure that you've got a mat underneath your knees. You may even want to fold your mat over in half or even in thirds so that it's nice and padded. Hands behind the head, kneeling down and standing back up again. It's about as easy as it gets. I want you to do 6 or 8 reps on each leg. Just make sure that your feet are coming out in front of you and back behind you as you do it. Back, back, forwards, forwards. Those quads are gonna be burning. We're gonna jump back down on the floor. We're gonna do a rolling side plank. Really trying to focus on good technique here. So you want your shoulder directly above your elbow and then pass through the middle and then over onto the other side. You want to try and have as much weight as possible in your arms, and your feet should be nice and light. Starting on your side, hold it for about a second or 2, pass through the middle and then over to the other side. Notice how my feet pass through a normal plank position and then fully over into a side plank where my feet are stacked one on top of the other. You don't want to have your feet like this or just halfway over. Stack them fully on top of each other. For this one, you can try and count and see how many you can do, or you could put a timer on. Aim for 45 seconds to a minute. For our next exercise, you're going to need to use your couch. So line your mat up, slide yourself in. We're going to do straight leg glute bridges with your feet turned out. So you're gonna lie down on your back, put your calves up on your couch, rotate your feet right out to the sides. From there, you're lifting your hips up nice and high, really working into the glutes. Last exercise in our working set, we're going to do a double bent over row. You can use dumbbells if you've got them at home, anywhere from 2 to 4 kilos, or you can just use some cans, wine bottles, drink bottles, whatever you've got. Make sure that your feet are hip width apart, not too wide, in line with each other, legs are slightly bent, back is nice and flat, head in line with spine, and pulling your elbows up really nice and high, as if you're trying to get your elbows to touch behind your back. Draw your belly button in nice and tight as well. Use your tummy muscles to keep your back supported in this forwards leaning position. 12 reps, or more if you can. So that is the end of our working set. You'll want to repeat that 3 times if you've got time, or just once or twice through if you want a quicker workout. And you've made it to the end of our 8-week winter warmer. I hope you've enjoyed these home workouts and some footage of a gorilla from the comfort of your lounge room.